The pineal gland is one focal point of understanding the evolution that is currently happening for humanity and within humanity. So there are, as you know, 3 major energy centers, and this has been discussed by many humans. This is not the new information. The lower, the heart, and the upper. Now, you are hearing a lot about the lower, which is the physical aspect. Human physiology is changing. The actual DNA, more strands are awakening. This is becoming more and more physical, the transformation that are related with the lower center. There are transformations that are related with the, let's go to your example now, your aspect that you're bringing up, the pineal gland. That is the center of the upper energy center. It is the awakening of your awareness, of your inner vision, of your subtle senses. It is indeed crucial for the awakening of humanity. And then, of course, there is the center, the heart center, the middle energy center. That is the heart. That is the ultimate awakening of humanity, because it includes the awakening of the physical, of the lower center, and the awakening of the higher center, of the mind, of the intuition, of the knowing. And it brings it to the midpoint, your heart center. The true gateway into other realms, the true gateway into awakening the body, hearts, minds, and souls of humanity, and ushering you to higher frequencies. Although, and we will also say this, there are different paths to evolve. There are different paths to raise your frequency and experience other worlds. You may think of 3 main ones that have been brought up that are parallel to the 3 centers. The physical center would be equivalent to people that have been practicing, for example, sex magic. In addition to many others, we're just bringing one example to make it really clear. This is an attempt to utilize physical energy in order to break through to higher frequencies, higher realms. And there is the path of the mind, using intellectual abilities and abilities of the mind to transcend. This, you could find a relationship with the awakening of AI and in general electronic and digital and technological advancements that focuses on the mind and its ability in acceleration. And third, and perhaps the one that is most significant for humanity, especially at this time, is the one of the heart, is the one of humanity reaching into its soul, into its emotional core, taking the organic nature, the mental abilities within this organic nature, and transcending through true heart-centeredness and connection to higher realms. This is the probability, this is the path that we are here to serve, and that you have committed to leading the way for. This does not mean rejection of the body, does not mean rejection of the mind or rejection of technological developments. However, it does mean that the heart pathway, the heart center, the heart connection and gateway become the main path, the main core value of your journey, of your essence, and of the choices that you make. We will pause here and allow you to direct the conversation as desired.
I feel that when I am in love with the intellect, it's I don't know, it's a hunger for information. When I'm in love with the body, it's a connection to earth. And when they meet in the heart center, it's like this being filled like a vase with water, with warm like water. And there any ideas or practices you'd like to share with us that might help us in that interconnectivity in day to day and moment to moment?
You have expressed your emotions beautifully and your relationship with both the intellect and the body. As we mentioned, prioritizing the heart path does not mean rejecting or objecting to the body or the mind. In fact, the ultimate path to the heart is embracing the body and the mind for the most integrated human experience. So we suggest befriending your body on levels you did not know were possible. And we invite you to stretch your mind in ways you haven't since you were a child, and allow the excitement of both to feed your heart, as your heart always reveals the next step to take, the next challenge to face, the next adventure to go on.
It's really resonant, and it's really resonant with how I've been feeling. And I think the biggest challenge I face is, in a sense, what we I would call like calcification, whether it's calcification of past karmas, of this life or past life. It's sometimes hard to differentiate, or calcification of my patterns and rhythms.
We will say that this is a time for humanity to resolve and absolve all karma. Many of you who spend time trying to understand where you stand on the karma wheel are distracted by others' narratives and experiences, to the extent that you forgot that you are not carrying karma incarnating into this lifetime. You did not come here to resolve minute details. Some of you have these as mini side projects. However, these are small. You may look at them as extra credit as you are headed towards your degree. So those are very small and very minor. They're separate projects that you have taken on to further be of assistance. However, in the bigger picture, you are here for a much bigger, larger mission, more important and more profound for the whole of humanity. Now, you will find people around you that are exercising their karma, resolving their karma, and are in a different place. Do not over-identify with others' problems and do not project your situation onto others or other situation onto yours. You must understand that your journey is unique, not because you are better, but yes, because you are different. You must embrace the perceived negative and positive of these differences and proceed in the most holistic, integrated manner, honoring your own tendencies, passions, difficulties, resistance, struggles. None of these are a problem by itself. They all have a place within the pattern that you are experiencing and expressing. A divine pattern.
So if we were to resolve all karmas, is it, I guess, how does that feel? And I get that you just described that, but I
You
assume
have resolved all karma. How does this feel? That is what we're saying. How it feels right now, it's how it feels. You do not have karma. You only have beliefs about karma.
So it puts the experience in the perspective of my beliefs.
Which we invite you to let go of, since we do not see how this belief would serve you. We will say it again. You do not carry any karma to resolve. You are here for a higher mission. Any karmic entanglements that you are aware of are very, very, very minor in comparing to the larger mission at hand. You do not have karmic burdens. It is not what's leading your life or what should be impacting your decisions.
So, like, if we felt guilty about something we did in the past, it's our belief structure around that moment rather than it being a density of like our connection to a past life where we did something bad and it's coming through that experience.
Not only that is true, but let us take a step above and question your judgment of the guilt. You're feeling guilty because you are human. You are feeling guilty because this is a part of the spectrum of emotions. Whether it has or has not a karmic burden attached to it is irrelevant. And we are here to tell you that it does not. Sometimes it's easy for you to understand the guilt. Other times it is not. And there are many different angles to look at this guilt, including some ways in which the mechanism of the ego is keeping you human in a healthy way. Some of it is difficult, as usual, to describe in words. But yes, you do not carry karma. You have evolved beyond the need to balance karma in a way that you have to or it's necessary for you. You are at a stage where you select if there are any karmic lessons that you would like to include in certain experiences and relationships. Do you understand the difference between incarnating in order to relieve karma and between coming to the earth for a higher mission and allowing certain karmic narratives to play out?
Yeah, that question clarifies it a lot.
So you are not bound by the wheel of karma.